let's talk about equality. Okay, equality comes in many different forms, shapes, sizes, everything, like, and I think that it should be equal opportunity for not just races or genders, but of everybody, you know, like, we should have equal opportunity for everyone, and, like, I don't think you should need to make up for, like, lost time with that, but, like, it goes both ways, you know, like, you can't, you need to not, like, it's not one of those things that you can just pick and choose what you get. If you want equality, you get it in every aspect. Like, you know, I'm a girl and I get made fun of because, like, I act more like a dude pretty much all the time, like, and I'm okay with that. I'm like, okay, you know, and it's just one of those things where you can't, like, expect equality in one aspect but not the other. And, like, equal opportunity should present itself. So let's talk a little bit about, like, gender roles. Okay, so the man is supposed to bring home the bread of the house and is supposed to be the one who makes the money, fixes things, so on and so forth, and the woman's supposed to stay at home, be a mom, cook and clean. Those are things that we've had since, ideals that we've had since, you know, before time, and they're still around, but now we have, like, a higher female education rates and things like that. We have all those things are getting higher, but they're not quite there. And I think most females, like, have independence and they have the opportunity to seek independence, but don't, they throw it away for stupid things. Like, you're a woman, be independent, you know, it's rely on yourself. You don't need a man to rely on. Like, that's just things you've been taught throughout the years because of gender roles. And males, like, sometimes you guys need somebody too. Sometimes you guys cry. I've seen it. I've held friends while they cried, you know, and they were guys. And I think that we put everybody into a certain category and box and expect them to stay there, but we need to get outside of that box and realize that at the basis of everybody is just a human. I don't care if you're red, purple, blue, black, orange, I don't care. Like, you're still human, and to me, like, your personality is what matters, male or female. Whether you and this is a big one, whether you identify yourself as a male or whether you identify yourself as a female. Like, if you identify yourself as a female, I think you should be able to get that recognition from society, not just yourself. And some people are really, really supportive, and some people are really, really against it. And right now we have, like, fights over gender-neutral bathrooms and things like that, which I think should be a thing, because you shouldn't put somebody into a position because they identify as one thing but, like, have the parts of another. If you identify as it, I think you should have the opportunity to be that way, but I think that that's where equality comes in. We need neutral things, like neutral bathrooms, neutral roles. Like, here in America, the average male still makes, like, more than a female, and I don't know the exact statistic on it, but it's like 12% more or something like that. And we don't encourage females to do a lot. Like, I mean, if they get pregnant or things like that, we try to be supportive, but we're not, like, coming up with ways to actually prevent it rather than, you know, support. Like, back in the 50s or 60s, say, it would have been something that many people looked down upon and frowned upon, but now we support it, and that's good. That's good. Our teen moms need support. It's just how it goes, because a lot of times baby daddy isn't around, and, you know, like, you can make it, you can do it, like, you got this. But I think that we should be practicing more on, like, giving them an equal chance too, because I mean, right now as we talk, like, we tell people that, like, if you have a kid when you're a teenager, that chances are, like, you're gonna drop out of high school or not go to college because you need to make money. And to make money anymore, you have to go to school and do all those things. Well, how are you supposed to do that if you don't have the opportunity to? So we need to start making more opportunities for more different kinds of people, not just what we see now. Like, we judge people simply by how they look and things like that. And I know that in the past I have been the same way, and it's wrong, you know. You should just see everybody as human and understand that they make mistakes, that they have flaws, and that's part of human nature. Like, and there's not really, that's just a social issue, not to mention everything else. And like, we fill these roles with ideals and things that can never quite be standardized. Like, a female, for her to be intelligent and intellectual and things like that and hold a conversation, chances are she's probably going to be single for a really, really long time, because that scares away guys. It does. Like, they hear you talk about something that they have nothing about, no idea about, and they're going to freak out. So, and males are expected to be like smart or dumb. There is no gray in between. It's one or the other. Either way, you still need to bring home money for the family and blah 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 blah, and you're expected to have this nuclear family with 2.5 kids. But to make a family work, it takes both roles. It takes both a mom and a dad, and it takes family cooperating and everything like that. So I think that people as a general, people in general should educate themselves more, because if you really look it up, like, we have we have equality in a sense, but we still put these ideals in a box, and we expect them to, like, for people to fill these, and if you dress a certain way, you are a certain clique. Like, that's just another way to judge people and characterize them simply by what they like to do or hang out, or who they hang out with. And as a general rule, you can pretty much characterize yourself by the 5 people you hang out with the most. That being said, like, that's conformity, and that can lead to a lot of things, but at the same time, like, if you hang out with lots of different individuals as I do, like, you conform to some of their ideas, their beliefs, their morals, their values, and everything like that. And here in the United States, the child has generally chosen their political party by the age of 7 due to parental influence. We influence in so many different kinds of ways, and we don't even realize it. And we need to stop pushing our beliefs and things like that on other people. And it's not necessarily just that, it rubs off on them. You know, they hang out with you, they hear you talk, and they're like, oh my god, why didn't I ever think about that? Like, okay, think about it, but look into it and see, like, what's real, what's not. See other people's opinions, get their ideas and things like that, because to have a total understanding, and you're never going to get a complete accurate thing. Like, history, they're going to tell you it's facts and things like that, but in reality it's not. Like, history is points of views and perspectives, which are easily influenced by anything around you. I mean, we hear stories in America, we hear stories of, like, how the Native Americans and things like that and what happened, but, like, they never tell you the real story until you inquire about it more than what the average person would. So, because what really happened was really, really awful, and yet here we are, like, judging people by, like, immigrants and things like that, and we're like, close the borders, blah 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 blah. Okay, but you were an immigrant too. So, I mean, America is just this constant sphere of change, and that's cool in a way, and it's also not, because people tend to conform to the beliefs of things that are shoved down their throat by media or parents or anything. You, like, find the facts, you know? And nothing's ever gonna be fully fact, because every time a thought is written down or recorded, it's recorded from a point of view and a perspective that is biased. You'll never have a total omniscient view or any of that, but you can get different perspectives. You can look up, okay, what did this person say versus what this person said. Like, if you were to look up on the Civil War, the Confederates fought mostly for state rights, not slavery, and the Union fought to free slaves, and they wanted a bigger, badder government, one that can step in, a bigger government. But the Confederates more so believed that we needed smaller government and that the states' rights should be enlarged. and like that margin of difference right there between the two sides in the stories is totally different. Like, you're told in the school that it's about slavery, and it's really not. In a way it was. That was kind of the side goal for them, and that's just another side, you know what I mean? So, equality. Get all the facts.